Good morning. Welcome to my morning voice. I truly just woke up, but I wanted to very loudly and clearly emphasize the importance of psychic protection. Now, whether or not you believe yet that you have your own toolkit of spiritual gifts, you do. And you've noticed over 2022 an increasing sensitivity to the world around you, to the people around you, to the amount that you are in certain energies and how those energies either add or subtract to your energy field. This is only going to continue to increase because ultimately what we as a humanity have to get to, and hopefully there will be a balance of this in this lifetime for us, is the greater understanding that being psychic is just what we are. We are. And so we will have to create new ways of existing where we're actually being equally as mindful of our physical hygiene as we are our spiritual hygiene. And so some important things to consider may be cleansing with the water element, baths, plunges, oils, water, blessing your water, cleansing, using different washes of light, imagining washes of light through your body, through your energy field, going from the crown through the bottom of your toes, actually imagining the light like a stream of water that you are replacing with, instead of the water, now like a color going through the top of the crown all the way through the bottom of your earth star chakras, earth star chakra, which is just a few feet below your feet. That's an option. Protection. Before you go out anywhere, in the same way that you put clothes on to protect yourself from people seeing you naked, you don't want to be spiritually naked moving forward. And so even though there are ranges to this, some family members, some friends, some clients, some energy fields don't really need a lot of protection. Other times, you are crystal clear about the fact that you're about to step into a grocery store. There are a lot of frequencies in a grocery store, and so how do you want to be spiritually protected and armored? There's a range to this. However, what I recommend is finding just your toolkit. Okay, I think a balance of guided and unguided meditations are fantastic. You can go on YouTube and psychic protection, quick meditation, insight timer, calm. There's so many different resources for you in order to be able to just pop on a quick meditation, even listen to it in the car, perhaps even listen to it, in one earbud while your dad's talking to you, whatever it is, finding things so that your protection can become a way of life for you, in the same way that you protect yourself with boundaries with your phone, the way you protect yourself with connections in your life when you don't answer the phone, in the same way that you have boundaries for your physical self, you want to have boundaries for your spiritual self in 2023, okay? And this is just going to get increasingly louder, or else your body is going to start to have very tangible responses to you not listening to the fact that being psychic is not just this elusive gift. It's actually a way of existing in the world, and it's what you are. It's not necessarily only what you allow, which is, yes, we choose with our own free will to allow in our psychic gifts that are always here, but it's also what we are. We can choose to accept or deny what we are. That doesn't matter. God doesn't care. God just matters that you fulfill whatever you want to do with your free will. So even if you don't feel like you have access to your gifts, you are going to, this year, and you are going to notice that you are more psychically attacked if you are not psychically protected. So what I say, cleansing, I said protecting. Shielding, okay? Protecting, in my opinion, is a little bit like shielding. So shielding is like actually creating like a bubble around your aura, okay? You can do this in multiple ways. You can do this with mantra, so an invocation of some sort. I am shielding and protecting my light body, all layers, levels, and dimensions of my light body. Nothing but light can enter. You can add light and imagine through your heart chakra, you are creating around your torus. Your torus is this omitted energy field that exists inside of your light body. And it goes like this. You can imagine the energy starting to circulate from root to rise, from root to rise, with light, with imagery, with your imagination. And then you can start to add light to that and say, I'm shielding and protecting my light body. Okay. Again, you can add in different guided meditations for this as well, if that feels good for you. But shielding to me is similar to protecting. Now, I would say protecting is important when you're going out, right? Shielding is just good before you start the day. It's really just like, don't fuck with me, right? Like that level of intentionality is going to be very beneficial for you. And then with that, like, keep your vibration as high as you possibly can. With the protection, you're going to notice. With the clearing, you're going to notice, right? After the day, before the day, in between events, you're going to notice that. The protection and the shielding is like, don't touch me. You're going to notice that you're going to hold a more naturally buoyant and high vibration, which means that there is going to try to be more, right, energies coming towards you. But because you're spiritually protected, you're going to become more aware of it, right? It's like kind of like bounces off you in a different way, as opposed to it having such capacity to penetrate. The last thing I'll say is like, have your tools. So I love crystals. I like using onyx, black tourmaline. I like using clear quartz and selenite. Those are like my jams. Now I got this for Christmas. It's called The Crystal Bible by Judy Hall. Not everybody needs this, obviously. But what I like to do sometimes is just like find the crystal. Okay, moonstone. This is something that, spirit wants to bring through. Moonstone is a stone of new beginnings. As its name suggests, it's connected to the moon and the intuition. If you haven't watched The Year of Seven, this is a beautiful confirmation of that, right? So if you want to get your own kind of crystal book, crystals are great. Lux agrees. I love doing candle work, so I have candles in my practices. That just like enhances my protection. I use so much mantra. I use so much light. These are tools that you have as a spiritual warrior. And I needed to emphasize to you that this is going to be a big year of that. And then finally, the last thing that's coming through, excuse me, is like Palo Santo, sage, different forms of incense that you can use. Imagining that as you are lighting the incense, you're imagining all of these limiting beliefs and thought patterns really coming from anything that's stuck in the energy field to just raise up and out, right? So those are just some tools for you, but it felt really necessary to bring in this piece as we start the new year, as it's going to get increasingly more important for you to prioritize your psychic hygiene in the same way that you prioritize your spiritual hygiene. Mwah.